The EU set up a sizable post-pandemic recovery fund and Germany will soon receive a big payout. But how are the funds allocated exactly? The European Commission has announced that 13.5 billion euros, $14.3 billion will be paid out to Germany from the Recovery and Resilience Facility, better known as colloquially as the COVID-19 Pandemic Recovery Fund. By the end of 2024, yet this payout is not some kind of surprise Christmas present for Germany's collapsed coalition government. So, what is the fund all about? Common debt. In 2021, after the worst of the COVID-19 pandemic, EU member states set up an assistance fund. It was designed to help boost the continent's economy following the coronavirus crisis. It was the first fund to be financed with common debt and currently holds a total of 650 billion euros according to the European Commission. Of these, 359 billion will be paid out as grants, while 291 billion go to cheap loans requiring repayment. Boosting investment, each member state has been allocated a certain share of the recovery fund depending on its size, economic strength, and pandemic-related strain. Now, national EU governments must submit individual recovery plans and fulfill numerous conditions to receive grants or loans from the fund. Its overarching aims is to promote investments in climate protection efforts, digitalization, and sustainable competitiveness. The European Commission will assess each project and then release the funds bit by bit in consultation with a committee from the EU Council, which represents the EU member states' governments. In September, Germany applied for a 13.5 billion grant and the EU issued provisional approval. If the Council committee agrees, which is likely, the grant could be transferred to German Finance Ministry before the end of the year. This is a routine process that the European Commission goes through with all member states. Germany has already received 6.2 billion as the largest EU member state. Germany is entitled to 30 billion euro grant from the fund. Germany plans to invest in electric buses, child care, school modernization, the digitalization of hospitals, and expanding its hydrogen network, among the other things. Italy is the biggest recipient, followed by Spain. Italy is the biggest beneficiary of the EU fund as it suffered greatly during COVID-19 pandemic. Some 195 billion euros have been earmarked for Italy, with 72 billion to be paid out as grants and 123 billion as loans. Spain will receive the second largest payout of 163 billion euros, followed by Poland 60 billion and 40 billion for France. So you see, these people are the people that are planning. These are things that African leaders are supposed to emulate. You see, these are money they planned to use in helping to support themselves due to the crisis or the disadvantages that most of these countries face during the coronavirus. And some of this money are to be issued out as a recovery fund, while some are to be given as grants or loans that are to be repaid back. And each country have to tender their proposal of what they intend to do with this money. And the committee is going to be releasing this money bit by bit based on consultation, and they are going to be monitoring these projects to make sure that what this money is being given out is exactly what is being used for. Things like this African countries can emulate. Yes,